Good day, I'm Lorraine Mendez and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, July 13. A dormant Joint Select Committee of Parliament established in 2014 to review legislation against gender-based violence will be reconvened shortly. Minister of Gender Affairs Olivia Grange informed Parliament yesterday that the committee was expected to begin reviewing the Sexual Offences Act, the Offences Against the Person Act, and the Child Care and Protection Act, among others, in the next quarter of the fiscal year. She was addressing the recent murder of a 3-year-old girl in St. Anne and called for full support of the government's push to legislate harsher penalties for perpetrators of crime and violence against women and children.
This is a united and focused approach. We're strategically looking at areas of law that need to be reformed. We're not afraid to take on the awesome task of effecting change. When you harm the innocent, the weak and the vulnerable, you must feel the full brunt of the national law enforcement apparatus.
The opposition spokesperson on youth, Lisa Hanna, indicated her support of the call for tougher measures to deal with increasing violence against women and children. A $500 million loan facility is to be provided to small and medium-sized tourism businesses. Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett will sign a memorandum of understanding with the Exim Bank within a few days for the provision of the loan facility.
Then we also have the other micro program with Jamaica National, that we have 20 million there, again for you, at interest rates at 5%.
The minister was addressing artisans at Tuesday's Craft Enhancement Project Awards ceremony. He said government was determined to develop the craft sector, adding that plans were well advanced towards implementing the Institute of Craft Development. It should be ready by 2018. Government is actively exploring the use of crumb rubber to make asphalt for repairing the nation's roads. The process involves the mixing of asphalt concrete with the rubber from tires to make rubberized asphalt. According to studies, roads paved with crumb rubber are 50 times stronger and less brittle than conventional asphalt.
We have already received interest from 3 companies, and we intend to look closely at the technology and use it where appropriate.
The state minister, who has responsibility for works, was making his contribution to the sectoral debate recently. Energy Minister Dr. Andrew Wheatley is asserting that government continues to push for lower electricity rates. He was speaking on JIS TV's Issues and Answers program last Sunday. While addressing the effect of the recent rate increase granted to the Jamaica Public Service Company, Minister Wheatley said government would continue to promote more efficient use of energy.
In fact, I just had a meeting with the Clinton Foundation, who will be assisting us with some energy efficiency conservation process. In fact, the Office of the Prime Minister, Jamaica House, will be fitted with solar panels very soon, so that the Office of the Prime Minister will come off the grid.
He says Jamaica's dependence on oil should continue to decrease given the number of alternative energy projects set to come on stream this financial year through to 2018. Government aims to have 30% of the generation to the national grid coming from renewable energy sources by the year 2030. And finally, the Seville Great House in St. Anne will be refurbished as part of a broader initiative to recommence the maintenance program for all sites owned or leased by the Jamaica National Heritage Trust, the JNHT. Culture Minister Olivia Grange says repairing the over 300-year-old Great House is part of the overall plan for the redefinition of the facility, which includes a heritage park.
We're also going to resuscitate more than the physical structure. We're going to place the Seville Great House at the center of cultural activities of the parish, at the center of the North Coast, stretching from St. Mary through to St. Anne and onwards to Trelawney.
Minister Grange was addressing the recent media launch of the Seville Emancipation Jubilee 2016. The annual celebration, which commemorates Jamaica's emancipation in 1834, will be held under the theme United and Free, What a Jubilee.
I am advised that the show this year will be of a greater and higher quality than in previous years, as the JNHT seeks to redefine the Emancipation Jubilee product to create its own distinctive flavor of being the only event of its kind.
The Emancipation Jubilee will be held on the lawns of the Seville Great House and Heritage Park in St. Anne on July 31 into Emancipation Day, August 1. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Lorraine Mendez. Thanks for watching.